Hello, hello, crafty friends. This is Sandy, and this video is walking us through my Violet Dreams 8-page workshop. If you get the full 8-page kit, in it you also get a row of the butterfly gems and 3 rows of the in-color dots. But if you don't get the full thing, then you're using whatever bling you've got in your collection if you're just doing one of the 2-page kits. Now, in addition to all of the goodness that already comes in the kit, I die cut a whole bunch of flourishes from the Moonlit Flora dies. So set those aside. We're going to use those as we go. There's a lot of teeny tiny pieces in this die cut sheet, so you may want to wait to punch them out until you need them, or put them on a plate or a bowl or something so that they don't go anywhere. But what you'll want to do when it's time to punch these out is just give a little wave in all 4 directions. And what you'll find is they're much easier to punch out after you've done that. They kind of break apart a little easier. Okay, so we're going to use those as we go throughout this project. Let me just slide these over here so they're not in the way. Okay, so for our first set of 2 pages, you're going to take those pink pieces and everything above it, and we're going to create this one. So for your four, or total of 8 2.5 by 11-inch panels, what you're doing is this one gets sanded and this one gets rubbed with ink or not. Totally up to you. This is your project. But what I did was I left myself a 1/2 inch border all the way around, put my outside panels in, and then put the middle two outside and then the middle two. It just helped keep everything balanced with the spacing in between a little easier if I started it that way. Okay, then after you get your panels down, add your photo wells and you can start embellishing all of the goodies that are popped on this page. The lines on this piece, this is just a white piece of paper behind this frame. Then I trimmed around the edges so that you couldn't see the edges of the white. So your white piece is in here somewhere. There we go, it's on the bottom. So there's that white piece that you're going to use for that frame. And again, I added lines with a pen, but you could use anything you want. You could use a, pencil or whatever. I stamped with the Happiness is Here album retreat stamp set, but you can use whatever sentiments make you happy. And then again, let me bring this up close so you can see. All of these embellishments are all either punched out from that one punch out sheet, or they're these flourishes that I created for you. So just little leaves tucked behind there. Pop whatever you want to pop to add dimension. But that's the first 2 pages of this kit. The next two have a little special technique. So what we're going to do with this long green piece is you can cut it right in half, or you can make one side longer, one side shorter. But you're going to wet your base page. So um, this piece here, as you can see, what I've done is just cut that piece down. I got the cardstock wet because it's easier to tear, tore little gouges out of it, and then just put that paper behind it, lining it up with the edge of the paper. Doesn't it give a cool look? That's one of my faves. All right, then we have our 2-inch panels. They're 2 by 11 on each side, then a 3 by 10 and a 5 by 10 as your next layer in. Then we've got our photo wells, and this one here, instead of putting 4 photos on there, I used the empty space down here just to put a little cluster of our goodies. So up here, we've got a bunch. Down in here, some fun. One little guy down here, and then a bunch of other ones up here. And again, this is just a white piece of paper from your kit that I've put behind there. So you can use that to add your journaling, or you could even put a picture behind it. The picture would be maybe like 2.5 by 2 um, to put underneath there. Options, right? Next set of pages. Ooh, we need those. All right, so here's all the papers that we've got in our kit. We are going to add the 8 by 12 here, the 2 by 12 there. Then we've got our 5 by 10, 5 by 10. Next, add your photo wells and then add these strips. And you may have to tuck them in a little bit depending on how far over you go, but you want them to line up right with the edge of this. So you could even put these down and then put that down so you know where they should land. I stamped, again, the sentiment is from the Happiness is Here stamp set. I did that in the white. Then we've got our fun little flourishes up in here, and then some more over here. Bring this guy up close. Fun, right? And then our final set of pages with the Violet Dreams 8-page kit. Again, all of your pieces are right there. This one works with 3.5 by 10.5 inch panels that are all getting pushed together toward the center so that you've got a 1.5 inch frame around the edge of these 2 pages. And again, after you get that on, add your photo mats and then work on your clusters. We've got some fun right in there. Again, the sentiments are all from the Happiness is Here album retreat set. But that's what I did with the Violet Dreams workshop kit, or the Violet Dreams paper that is available right now. I have 2 of these kits left. Let me know if you want your name on one.